you're ready to attach the top of the jewelry box to the box when you have this. The box is complete. You've applied the finish to the box. The back corner, or sorry, the back edge is rounded over. This box is ready to accept a top. The top is relatively complete. Right, we got the brackets glued on, we've routed the edge, and at minimum we've applied a finish to the underside of the lid. Now what we're looking for is this. We need to locate where the dowel rod is going to go to act as the hinge. Now, some of you are on one side, you may have that hole located. In this situation, we don't have the hole located here. So here's what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to locate that hole. So I've got the top just resting on the edge of the table. I've got the template. I very carefully and accurately line up the template with the back edge of the top, and the template is lined up with the top of the bracket, or maybe you want to look at it as lined up with the bottom of the top. All right, I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to stick a nail in there, making sure it's still lined up. All right, so now I've got that location and I've got that location. So let's go ahead and start the process of fitting the top to the box. So the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that you put the top on correctly. Right? The non-routed edge is the back. That's going to match up with the rounded over back edge. Right? So the back edge here has no trim here, no routed edge. And what we want to do is we want to get this to line up perfectly flush. So how do I do that? I'll just take the back edge of the speed square here, and I'm just lining up the box, lining up the back of the box, sorry, the back of the top with the back of the box. I don't want that to move, so I'll grab one of these bigger quick clamps. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tighten that down pretty tight. Now be careful, it may have moved when you put the bar clamp on, or the quick clamp. So again, I check this again, check it again, and it looks good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready to drill that hole. Before we actually drill the holes for our hinges, this is where our hinges are going to be. They're 1/4 inch dowel rods. So you need to cut 2 dowel rods about 4 inches long. You'll see that we have lots of leeway here. So 4 inches long. Just go ahead and cut that on the bandsaw. And then what I like to do is I like to go to the belt sander and just kind of like put like kind of a little pointy point on it, a little taper here, so that it actually goes into the hole easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to drill, because these are 1/4 inch dowel rods, we're going to drill a 1/4 inch hole in here. So this is super critical, important here. All these next steps, we need a 1/4 inch drill bit. So we need to make sure that we have a 1/4 inch drill bit. So this is what I call a drill index. We got a bunch of empty holes here. I know that that hole right there is the 1/4 inch drill bit. And if I do this, if I take that 1/4 inch drill bit, right, it doesn't fit in that hole, it doesn't fit in that hole, it doesn't fit in that hole, it doesn't fit in that hole. Now it fits in that hole, so I know that is the 1/4 inch drill bit. Okay, so we're going to use a 1/4 inch drill bit. We're also going to use a 17/64 drill bit. which I just put in my pocket. You can't find it. Okay, so 17/64 and a 1/4 inch are very, very similar to each other. So watch, doesn't fit, doesn't fit, doesn't fit, but then I go to the next size hole and it fits. So we need to be sure, right, that our first step, we're going to use the 1/4 inch drill bit. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to chuck that up in the drill. So we have this is the chuck. So right now, this is the forward reverse button. It doesn't tell you which way is which, but I just know, right? That right there is reverse. So if there's forward. So you can see this is closed in. Right now I've got it reverse. If I hold the chuck, you can see it opens up. What I'm going to do is I put that in. I go to forward. So I'm holding the drill bit in place. Sorry, I can't see myself on the camera. So now I just go ahead and tighten that up. So now I have the 1/4 inch drill bit in place. So now I'm ready to drill the hole. I'm going to go ahead and change camera angles. I'll be right back. So we know where the hole is going to go. We've got the little dimple in here, so it's going to be easy to line up the drill. So I'm going to go ahead and I got my 1/4 inch drill bit in there. And what's important here, is that this drill bit goes in parallel to the edge of the box, right? So this is lined up with the edge of the box. And from a different view, okay, right, it's got to be level also. So again, I'm going to change camera angles here just to show you what I mean by level. Alright, so here we go. So now you can see that the drill bit here, alright, is level. This is parallel with this. We can't drill on an angle like that. We can't drill on an angle like that. So we need to be concerned about this, that it's parallel here and it's also parallel here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drill this hole. Right, so you noticed I went all the way in, full depth on the drill. And you also notice sometimes I went in, I came out, I went in, I came out. So that's to clear the sawdust, the chips out. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So I've got both sides are drilled in here, drilled in here. And keep in mind what we've got. That was a 1/4 inch drill bit with a 1/4 inch dowel rod. So that's going to kind of go in kind of hard. Okay, we're going to have to force those dowel rods in, but that's what we want. However, we're going to take this off. You can take this off. This hole right here, we want to be kind of loose, right? We want this thing to be able to hinge easily. We want it to be able to rotate around the peg. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take out this drill bit. We're going to take out the 1/4 inch drill bit. So I put it in reverse. I hold on to the chuck. All right, loosen it up. I can take that out. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that in my drill index. All right. It goes in the drill index, so I know which one it goes in. It goes in that hole right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this drill, the 17/64. All right, and I'm going to just go ahead and, all right, I put it in forward. I'm kind of just holding on to that. And I just go ahead and tighten that up. So this is a real simple process here. What I'm going to do is I just come in, I'm just going to make that hole just a little teeny tiny bit bigger. I got that side. I got that side. I'm going to go ahead, reposition the top. I'm trying to get these holes, that hole to line up with the box. That's why it's kind of nice to have that little tapered end on it. There we go. I think I got it started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tap this in with a wooden mallet. You'll feel it and you'll hear it when it reaches the bottom of the hole. Okay, so this thing can't go in any further. Do the same thing to the opposite side. Get it started. Tap it in. Just check it out. Make sure this thing opens and closes. Alright, before we do the next step, I just want to make sure that it opens and closes nice, because if we have to at this point, we could still take this out. I could pull this out. It's going to come out hard, right? But I could take that out, but I'm happy with this. Right? This thing opens and closes nice. So what we do now is we cut off the excess. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to cut that without scratching my brackets, without scratching the top. So I cut that off. You can see, I thought I scratched it, but I don't think I did too badly. I didn't get super close, so what I'll do now is I'll just sand that just a little bit. I'll sand this one just a little bit, make it nice and smooth, and then I'll put some finish on this, and we have our jewelry box top attached to the bottom, to the box.